It's my perspective. No matter your race, no matter your age. On my perspective. Don't even worry about your fear. Come on and bring your thoughts. Let's talk about it. What's going on? Let's bring our thoughts together. It's my perspective.
Oh, I was a little behind on that one.
Hello, hello, and welcome to another episode of My
Oh,
Perspective Mondays. Let's say hello to all the cast.
ah,
Yonder.
that's a hairy.
Hello, hello.
Hey, it's been a tough day, I'm telling you, but I made it. Just in I had to fight all my life, but I made it. I made it here, all right?
Whoa! I just realized what you were.
Uh,
Oh no!
oh my God. I mean, it's been tough. It's tough out here, y'all. But just the same, I may have had to fight,
What?
but
Hey,
and believe it or not, I won, okay?
At least you're not dead.
See what I'm saying?
Listen, you gotta see the other guy, all right?
You should.
Jay, are you telling me you're dead?
Hey, I'm not dead, but I'm just a
No, I
I'm
said,
just a victim of domestic violence
Jay,
from another mother.
Jay
But
said,
I'm here, and
Until
it's
I
good
have
to
my
be on
lawyer
the
present, I'm not allowed to answer that question, Keone.
show.
I just want you to know if you're dead. Just remember, I'm a demon slayer. So.
No, I'm not dead. I'm a
Not you,
survivor.
Lisette. No one's asking you.
Oh, you talking?
We got Jay over here looking like a skeleton, so yeah.
She
Yeah, you
keeps
look awesome,
answering
man.
the question.
Thank you. I did this myself.
I love it.
Okay, this is creepy. So, Mr. Squid Games over here is just gonna be silent the whole time.
Hey,
He's
You can
waiting for
only
us to
hear me if
screw
I
up.
take my mask off and reveal my identity.
No, then why'd you just do the reveal so early? No, never mind. What's your name on the screen?
Yeah, you gotta wait till later, man.
Hey,
You had one
this is
grab.
Winnie's excuse to say he don't want to talk much on this episode.
wow.
I
Oh,
We're
think
gonna have fun.
Yeah, you see down there below the set, we got the picture from last year with our original cast. That was a fun one. Matthew, you said, what'd you say, Mark? When has in the chat, Mark,
What?
when he put that picture.
Oh, Bob Ross?
No, he's a Jason Pollock painting. That's what he is. What do you mean?
I was just like Bob Ross. I was thinking a wild guess over here. He was like, who's
There's
supposed
no
to be? I have no
afro.
idea.
There's no afro.
Wow.
All right. So, what was the early adventures like for Halloween for you, Matthew?
It was pretty good. I mean, I worked, but everyone was dressed up, so that was always fun going to these offices, seeing everyone get dressed up. Some were in their favorite sports fans, favorite football team. Scariest one was probably a Harry Potter one that had like half dead face. I was like, ooh, okay.
Wait, did you say you worked?
Yeah, I worked today.
Oh no, I was saying, how was it in your early days, like when you were a kid growing up?
Oh, early days, fantastic. You kidding me? I was dressing up as anything I wanted, and Mike Myers was probably the best one out there.
Oh, you went scary, right?
Oh, yeah.
You went for the scare. I remember,
Absolutely.
like, I see people walk around with these little pumpkin pails. I remember having like garbage bag full of candy. Like, literally,
Right.
not even exaggerating, like the Santa
Wow.
Claus sack.
I was about to say
yeah.
I had 2 pillowcases full that I bring
Yeah.
out.
He knows
and
these
throw
extra
them up.
It
times.
was
You
a
gotta bring the
pillowcase,
backup bags.
absolutely.
We had 2 main bags, 2 buckets, and then we had the 3 pillowcases.
Wait, say that one more time. You had
2
what?
main bags. 2 main bags for candy. Then we had 2 buckets. And then we had 3 pillowcases.
I just wanted to hear you say buckets again.
Buckets.
That's the way you said buckets. Was really funny to me for some reason.
Look, if you got really adventurous, you'd get a Sharpie, and especially if it was an old pillowcase, and you draw like a little face on it, and that was it. That was your spooky bag.
Yeah, but I mean, I see like what they're toting around with their candy now, and I'm just like, we had so much candy, it was ridiculous. Like when me and my two sisters would get home and dump out the giant garbage bags full of candy. You'd literally have a mountain this high. It was ridiculous.
Wow.
Ridiculous. And of course, my dad took all the ones he liked out of it. Right. Sure.
All those calories, all that sugar, no nutrition whatsoever. It's a
I was
tradition.
scared of the
Get a
apples.
sugar
Like,
rush at 11 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Parents would love it.
I could not do haunted houses though. Still to this day, I can't do them.
Really?
I don't mind being scared. I don't like being surprised. It's the surprise part of the scare because it will make me punch you in the face.
I was about to say that. You're military training. You probably end up hurting somebody.
That happens without being scared. I'm just saying, I can't take I've never been one for that, and especially now. But
Punch in the throat.
you said punch in the what?
I feel bad
Punch
for the
the
person
throat.
that's trying to scare them.
Do they even trick or treat like kids this late at night? Because I remember we were doing it like 7, 8, 9 o'clock at night. Now they like go to
I
the
got-
mall
I got my-
stores and they're all home.
I've got my Ring camera up so I can see who's coming. Just had a Spider-Man come through.
Oh, nice.
So you get to like, it was constant when I was growing up. Like there was no, I could go chill and watch TV till the doorbell rings again. It was
Yeah.
like one after the other.
Yeah, just constantly going. You have to get a lot of candy back in the day. Now, like one bag, usually good enough.
That's crazy.
Mhm.
Crazy. And then what about like the people who they don't even want you to come to the door. They just put all the candy out on the porch. And if it's
Oh yeah,
gone,
please
and they
take
put
one. Nobody
Yeah.
listens to
Yeah.
that rule.
Neighbors watching the pail and they're just like, you're supposed to take one.
That ain't gonna happen.
Mm-mm.
Listen, don't you want to yell when they tell that? Well, you're not supposed to trust us.
That exactly. I mean, I probably get more than one because I was a kid.
I really like how she's staying in character, how she has her mouth crooked, and she has not straightened it out yet. She is
It
committed.
hurt.
Like, what possessed you to be a beat up? I just can't.
I am representing all the domestic violence victims because I think that you're more scarier when you're a monster in real life than when you are just a monster. I've seen some monsters in real life.
I like
The
it.
realistic monster.
Yeah, I like it. You're using this time and platform to bring awareness to that. I thought you were a zombie when you first came on, and then as you started talking, I was like, wait, she's been beat up.
Yep.
I was gonna
Beat
ask. I was gonna ask you why you didn't call out.
Well, I just want everybody to know that I'm a survivor.
She's too legit to quit.
Hey, Clarence says he grew up in the country. Houses were too far apart. Oh, that sucks.
I mean, that's the thing with the more ritzy neighborhoods too, but they give out the full-size bars of candy, but by the time you get to the next house, you're tired.
Oh, I used to love when I would go to a house, even when they were closer, they'd give you like the full-size Snicker instead of the little mini bites. But Clarence, why y'all didn't just get in the horse and buggy and go house to house?
One of my friends from high school, he used to trick or treat around Eden Prairie. That's where Adrian Peterson used to live, the football player.
Well, that's scary.
He showed up, he answered the door, and he was the Hulk. He had just painted his skin green, and he was giving out $100 bills.
Yes,
Wow.
that was on TV.
Right.
That's insane.
That was on TV.
Wow.
I'm about to go trick-or-treating right now as an adult. Knock, knock, hello.
You're just gonna go to your car and keep changing costumes.
Mm-hmm.
What are you, John? What are you, John Wick? Jon Snow?
Jon Snow, man.
You look like Jon Snow Thorwick. That's what you look like.
Look, Jon Snow grew a foot, all right? Relax, it's fine. I'm still
It's not
taming
your
these
height,
dragons
man.
over here.
It's the facial hair.
Okay, what was the cheapest, crappiest Halloween costume you had as a kid that you remember?
I was like Batman every year for like 4 years in a row. So it was cheap in the sense that I reused the same costume every year.
Toes all busting out and everything.
Yeah.
Things ripping up and
I-
everything. I'm Batman.
I remember I took the robe from my ghost face outfit and just wore that with a different type of mask that just covered my face from like the nose down. And then I just grabbed a scythe and I was like, I'm a wraith.
There you
Probably
go.
Shaggy from Scooby Doo for me. Green shirt and then just like some face paint. Called it a day.
What face paint did you wear to be Shaggy?
I think I was just more like a little scruff.
Oh, okay, got it.
Like that was it.
I think Wonder Woman was mine.
That was the cheapest?
It was the ugliest, I can tell you.
Oh, wow.
Well, what made it ugly?
Because her face, they didn't make her face pretty. They made it ugly. That's why I like it.
Should just wore the clothes of Men Black Wonder Woman.
Yeah.
The cheapest costume I ever did cost me $0 when it was happening. So I forgot that the job I was at, we were going to have a Halloween party and to dress up. And when I was getting up, my friend said, "Hey, I'm going to pick you up. I'm putting on my costume." I was like, "Oh crap!" So what I did was I put on some khakis. I went in my closet. I grabbed my Miami Dolphins polo shirt, put it on, and grabbed my PlayStation headset and put that on. And then I grabbed the clipboard that was on my desk, and I was a coach.
Oh
cool.
my god.
That's cool.
And I just took the wire and put it in my pocket because I didn't have the wireless one. And they were like, "Oh, that was." Everybody kept telling me how thoughtful that was, and I was like, "Yep, I put a lot of thought into this."
So
That's
much
cool.
thought. Last minute thinking.
Grabbing everything. So I was like, I always get football jerseys. I never once had a polo, and I just randomly had this polo that I had got one time. So that was cool. What was the best one?
To me, this is the best one.
That's the best one out of all these years?
All these years. Because I did it myself.
But you,
Right, Jay?
but you looked like that last week.
I never. I never.
I know you're not.
I
That was a groaner.
Oh Jesus.
What was your best one, Matthew?
Probably this one, the Jon Snow. I absolutely love it. Every time I go out, I actually wore this for Comic-Con and I got stopped quite a bit. They're like, "Oh my god, it's fantastic. I want to take a pic."
Really?
Oh yeah.
What about you, Weenie? What was your
You
best
know,
one?
it's interesting to think about, but what first comes to mind is SpongeBob. My fiance and I, we were in SpongeBob outfits, and it was nice and square, but it wasn't like boxed out or anything. It looked pretty realistic. I'll have to show you guys a photo at some point. It's pretty entertaining.
That's what's up. All right.
Weenie trades, SpongeBob, Weenie Nut Jr. It all comes together.
Oh man, I think my best one was actually more recent. Okay, all my costumes as a kid sucked. They're all sucked. We had no money, so it was always a sheet as a ghost or something like that. Now listen, people, you cannot be a ghost with a sheet if it's not rounded off at the top, and the sheet can't go higher than the top of your head. Okay, then you're not a ghost. The reason why people are looking at you weird is because you look like a Klansman. You don't look like a ghost. So just
Round off your tops.
Yeah, round off the top. No
take
points.
the sheet and put it on. Don't get creative. Put it on and cut the 2 holes and call it a day.
Don't
Right?
get jumped. I said don't get jumped.
Right. You know, it's people are dumb. You see every Christmas on YouTube or the news about people getting in trouble because what they decided to dress up as. Like, you can't go to work to the costume party and think it's going to be funny that you're dressed like a Nazi. It's Halloween. I was just dressing up. I thought it'd be funny. Like, did you ask anybody? Like, you need to ask some questions. If you, is this just stupid?
Who
There
was
was
that?
actually a guy in Soho, New York, who did that. Full on, had the armband, everything. People were literally looking at him. Was like, "Are you
Wait.
serious? Like,
Like, what
you're
are you-
joking, right?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's Halloween. I thought it'd be funny." They're like, "Get out! No, leave. Get out. You're done. Like, don't come back." And it was just like, dude, like, Think it through. Half a brain
Well,
cell. Come on.
You know, people will say things like, well, but people dress up as things like the devil and stuff. I was like, well, listen, depending on what religion you are, it can be made up to you. Nazis were real. No matter if you believe they were there or not, they were seen. They were real. So, you know, when it's something that's real and inappropriate, you probably should just stay away from it.
Well, that's what Lisette was saying. The real stuff is the actually scary stuff.
Yeah,
It is.
the real
There's
stuff.
some monsters around here every day.
Mhm.
I mean, you see monsters.
What other monsters do we see every day? You know who else is a monster?
Who?
Karens. Karens are monsters.
Yeah,
Karens are
monsters.
definitely monsters. Karens.
Define a Karen for me.
A Karen, you know what? It started off as one definition, but now to me, it's because there's Karen and Kevin. Kevin's the male version. Any unruly, entitled person
Mm.
who acts like a
Unruly and
child.
entitled.
Right.
That's true.
Because I'm starting to see Karens in all races, just the entitlement. If you have a sense of entitlement, no matter what you are, you're a Karen or a Kevin. And
That's
no one
just
about that.
that's just like an abuser. They feel like they are entitled to beat your butt and to knock you side your head and get away with it. They don't mean.
Well,
You
listen,
didn't-
I told you 3 times I like my underwear folded from left to right, and you
All
kept
right, Ike. All right, Ike.
left.
All right, Ike.
You better eat that cake, anime.
I don't want no cake. I don't want none. I don't want no cake.
So what inspired you to dress up as Squid Games?
Oh, this year was a little bit of a late year in terms of like costume design and costume shopping. So we were short on time and we scoured the whole store after like 20 minutes and this was just a really good fit. And Squid Games are, the whole purpose behind Squid Games is that it's like Lisette says, it's kind of a little bit creepy. It's a little bit realistic. The whole game situation with how ruthless those soldiers are with enforcing the game rules. They just boom, go ahead and murder as soon as you break the game rules. So I don't know. I think it's a fun little costume. It fits my happy Halloween sweatshirt.
You had merch?
Wait, that's a happy Halloween sweatshirt. Show that shirt, man.
Oh yeah, this is called Happy Halloween. Right?
He's got merchandise.
You got the merch too.
Oh
We
yeah,
don't even
like
use
that little
merch.
pumpkin on the back.
Look at that.
Oh,
Look at that.
Yeah, very festive.
that's
When
cute.
we grow up, we're going to be just like you. I was laughing at you because I love how you said scouring the store and you said 20 minutes.
Yeah. That's all he had.
In and out, real quick. Let's go.
No. That is in and out. Is that what you consider scouring?
Yeah, scouring.
So everybody take note of this. If Weenie needs to find something for you, he's going to tell you he took a plethora of time to look for it, but basically he spent no time looking for it. I just want you
20
to know.
minutes is a long time. I don't know about you.
Weenie, are you the exact same type of person that says that they're 5 minutes away when you haven't even put your shoes on and got out the door yet?
No. I
Yeah,
know
you are.
I like to tell the truth. I will let them know if I'm running late as soon as I'm going to be late. Like, I'm like, hey, I will not be there as originally planned. But I still will be there, but 20 minutes late.
Are you talking about, Jay, like the infamous Friends where you tell them that your plane is landing at 9 a.m. and then when you say I've landed, they said, all right, I'm leaving now or I'm on the way, and they live 20 minutes from the airport?
Right.
And then I'm on the way means I haven't left yet. I'm almost there means I just left the house. I'm pulling up means I'm halfway there. I'm walking up to the door means I'm parking.
You just texted and driving.
Apple CarPlay, man, it comes in handy nowadays.
I had a friend telling me they were almost to my house, and the only reason why I was checking is because I had left the house, And I'm literally behind them going, hey, where are you? They're like, oh, I'm about to park. I'm a couple lights down. 15 miles, 15 minutes from my house. So at the light, I just pulled up. I turned to look. And he looked at me and he just said,
Just give you the side eye, like, huh?
no, he
Don't
just
look,
turned
you
like
don't
he
see
didn't
me.
know who I was. And when we got to the appointment, said, hey, I know you saw me. He goes, I don't know what you're talking about. I've been sitting in the parking lot for 20 minutes. I'm like, you fucking liar.
Wow.
That's something I would say too.
Look at him.
Yeah, what do you mean? I've been here for the entire time, waiting on you.
Yeah, waiting on me. I'm
We were
both.
waiting for you at the door.
I just came here to dance. Go. Weenie, what's going on with the weekly market update today? Is it going to be a good one?
Oh yeah, it's going to be action-packed. It's going to be full of information. It's probably going to be a little bit shorter this week, but it'll be good.
Okay, let's see what it's like.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. Welcome to Weenie's Weekly Market Update. This year I'm dressed up as Squid Games, and this is Weenie's Weekly Market Update, the Halloweeny edition. And Jay is a skeleton today, so why not make a little bit of a skeleton joke? So the joke is, what did the skeleton bring to the potluck? He brought spare ribs. Yak, 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 yak. So basically what's going on in the market is that while it's spooky season today, the market's actually not being as spooky as it once was. If you guys recall prior Weenie's Weekly Market Updates, we were talking about the month of September being notoriously a very bad month. So what we're looking at over here is a daily chart of the S&P 500. This basically just tracks everyone's 401ks. On our x-axis over here, we got time. And on our y-axis, we got price. So as you see the candlesticks drop, that's the price going lower. Well, the month of October has been a really good month. And if you guys remember last Weenie's Weekly Market Update, we said that the market could go about 3% higher. The market went about 3.1% higher since that time. And so basically what had happened was there's a lot of earnings that were reported. So if you guys remember, earnings are just kind of like the report cards for these large companies. So for example, Meta reported earnings. Not a lot of people are investing in the Oculus Quest. Not a lot of people are strapping on those VR goggles and frying their eyeballs. And so basically Meta is going through a lot of business troubles right now. They spent a little bit too much money and they're losing investors' money. But on the other hand, Apple performed very well. They slightly beat earnings estimates, and Apple is a big weight in the market. Did you guys know that 1 in 10 people on Earth subscribe to an Apple product? I didn't know that. I just learned that today. That is a lot of people. Comment down below if you guys are using any Apple products and how long have you been using them. But basically, Apple kind of ended spooky season because on Friday, Apple had a big green day of plus 6.5%. And that's going to bring up the overall market. So basically, if you're invested in the market, you're likely invested in Apple. And we were talking about this on today's live stream, Keone and I, on how businesses are becoming more efficient. Keone was talking about how much money he used to have to spend to do these My Perspective Mondays, and now he can spend a lot less because his business is becoming more efficient. That's what's happening in today's marketplace. So that's kind of what happened this week. What's going to be happening up next week is a lot more earnings reports. We have the Federal Reserve also talking about whether they're going to be raising interest rates by 0.5 basis point or 0.75 basis points. Basically, it's just a bunch of boring stuff of them saying, yeah, we're going to make it easier or harder to borrow money. But the whole point of this week is earnings. We got Peloton reporting earnings. Remember those, those treadmill bikes that did some naughty things to kids. They I guess not naughty kids. Peloton had some treadmills that actually like killed some kids. So that was a big reason why the stock price had dropped all the way down to the spooky 666 level. And if that's not an omen, I don't know what is. But Peloton reporting earnings November the 3rd. We got other stocks reporting earnings. Uber, do you think Uber is going to perform better or worse over the last 3 months or not? You have to decide that for yourself, but you guys can ask me about any of these stocks after they report, and you can ask me at When We Trade Live. Roku is reporting earnings, so those little Roku sticks. You guys can probably be watching My Perspective Monday on a Roku. So Roku, definitely big downtrend. Roku was kind of like a bubble stock in 2020 and 2021. Roku stock used to be $490 a share. Now it's sitting at $47 a share. And then we also got things like Starbucks reporting earnings this week. Bryce worked at Starbucks for a very long time. Just last week, she finished being a barista at Starbucks. I'm super happy to have her help at Weenie Trades Live. So come check us out. Other than that, I'm just continuing my education as a chartered market technician. I'm working on my 20,000 hours on this career. And if you don't know, 10,000 hours on a subject is just over 1 year. And so I've got a lot of technical abilities to demonstrate from my 1.1 years of learning in the market and trading over the last 6 years. So be sure to ask me some questions. Happy Halloween. Stay safe. Don't eat too much candy. You don't need the sugar, but feel free to have a little bit of sugar if you especially crave it. But that's all I have in today's Weenie's Weekly Market Update. Thanks for tuning in. Let's get back to the show. Look it out for good.
Makeup too.
Jay, God, there's no one to say, we're coming online in 5 seconds. Maybe that should have been me. Was that a knife?
Yes.
What are you doing with the knife?
It was just his bones. His skeleton.
I swear to God, Jay is probably actually like really 2 centuries old because he looks like the type of person that would sacrifice newborn babies to stay young. He does.
Wow.
Look, he's not denying it, though.
Wow.
He's not denying it.
He's
You're
not
right.
denying it. He didn't say no. So
You know what? Now I've got to get you quiet because you decided to spill my secret.
Right, and it's not even about the costume. It has nothing to do with Halloween. I just think he does it.
Make sure all your doors and windows are locked.
I got a question. What are some of y'all favorite Halloween movies? Some of y'all scary movies. What's y'all favorite? Scary.
Oh,
When I was growing up, when I started, it was Halloween, but I can't really do horror movies. So Goosebumps was cool when I was little, but here's my embarrassing admission. Hocus Pocus is my favorite Halloween movie.
no way. Bryce wanted to watch that.
You watched the new one then?
Yes, I did watch the new one.
Is it good?
Yes, I liked it. I'm not one of those people that complain when they do something again or redo it and they find every reason to complain. I actually enjoyed it.
I mean, somebody said Halloween. They like Halloween too. Can't
That
say
was
he
your
likes
son.
Halloween.
He said he liked Halloween because his house was just as scary.
I never.
So what about you? What about you all? Jay?
Favorite Halloween movie, I'd have to say, was probably Nightmare on Elm Street.
Ooh, good one.
Didn't give you bad dreams?
We didn't sleep for 2 days straight until we passed out. I thought we were going to die.
I don't blame you. What about you, Jason Snow?
Jason Snow. I'm going to go with The Addams Family. That was always scared the crap out of me.
The
Especially
movie or the show?
I never saw it.
the movie.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. It was good, though.
What about you, Greg? What's your favorite scary movie? Is it any movie where someone's getting married? Doom doom.
That's a joke because I'm getting married.
You better be invited to the wedding.
Right. Oh, the pressure.
All the
It'll be a
pressure.
big party, that's for sure. But
Oh, don't
no,
worry. We're going to take your highlight reel, and that's going to be a show episode.
oh, excellent. It'll be a lot of fun. The first Halloween movie that comes to mind is probably Friday the 13th. And it's probably the newer one. I probably saw it when I was like 13 or 14. But it was pretty entertaining because there's nudity in it, so that's why I enjoyed it. But the first spooky movie, the first rated R movie that I've ever seen was called The Descent. Has anyone seen The Descent? That's where a bunch of women go down and they're like cliff hikers or whatever, and they're like stuck in some crevices, and they have these wendigos. That's the official term of those little creatures. They look like
Yes,
squiggles
I saw
from
that
Lord
movie.
of the
That
Rings.
movie's crazy. And I
Yeah.
thought more people were going to survive at the end than did.
Seriously, that was the very first R movie I saw. I was so scared, but it was good.
All I want to say
It was
is,
The Exorcist for me.
oh,
That's pretty scary stuff.
The
Yeah.
original, though, eh?
Yeah, the original one.
oh, Ken's got it too.
Candyman. Candyman.
There were
For
some
sure.
that I look at now, and they're not as scary as from when I was a kid, of course. But sometimes the eerie ones, because you know what? You know how you said real stuff scares you? I'm scared of little podunk small towns because Children of the Corn,
Oh yeah,
ugh,
that's
things
scary.
like Children of the Corn and Wrong Turn and stuff like that, where you end up in these little towns. Like Children of the Corn is crazy. First of all, you go into a town and you realize you can't find any adults. You may need to leave. Something's wrong.
The children. It.
It.
With the clown.
Bryce says the Orphan was terrifying. Watched it in high school at a sleepover. Oh,
Wow.
wow.
What about Get Out? The newer
Out.
one.
Yeah.
That was
Very
pretty.
scary.
That's a horror movie depending on who you are.
Just say what's
Hey, thank you, AJ Bambino. Tell us what your favorite horror scary movie was before you bounced. What about
AJ's a
something?
pretty cool guy.
Very quickly, can we acknowledge the fact that we could abolish bullying if we made it mandatory to watch Carrie at least once in the school
Ooh.
curriculum?
For sure.
To
Are you
watch
sure? Because there's some bullies that'll find it cool. Carrie, the movie Carrie.
Never heard of it.
Oh boy, are you
You never heard of Carrie?
Never
Scary
heard of it.
Carrie?
What just
Never.
happened?
Never heard of it.
Wow.
I'll have to check it out. Is it spelled with a C or a K?
a C?
Yes.
Okay.
Wait, was Carrie the one where she possesses the car?
No.
Mm,
Which one was that?
That was the one where she has these telepathic abilities, but she was homeschooled up until high school, and then she's getting bullied by all the other girls.
What was the one where she possessed the car?
I don't remember that one.
I don't remember that one.
God, what movie is that? Somebody possessed the car and was killing people. I can't remember.
I know what you're talking about, but I don't remember the name of it.
What is this? The
Bryce
tire?
hasn't seen Carrie either. What'd you say?
I was like, what is this? The tire? Someone's going to run around as a, or there's a tire that's going around and it's murdering people. Probably one of the worst. Oh god, it was like one of
I'm
the worst
Googling
movies
it.
I've ever watched.
That is scary. Wow.
What
You know-
about something that you didn't think? Oh, it's called Christine. That's what it was.
Christine. That's it.
Christine.
Mm-hmm.
Those are the two movies you gotta watch, right? Christine and Carrie, since your mic has the echo.
Mm-hmm.
Christine and Carrie, you gotta see those. But what is something that is eerie, but you didn't think it would be? It's actually, when you go back and watch it, it's a lot more eerie than you thought. Like, I watched something like Courage the Cowardly Dog. Do y'all remember that?
Oh my
Yes.
god, yes.
So,
Now I go back and watch that as an adult. It's a lot more eerie than.
Watch any Disney, Pixar movies or anything, and you're like, wait a second. You start picking up on a lot more things than you were as a kid.
Oh, like, wait, the kids are dead. That's what happened.
What was the name of that movie where them kids were dead?
Wait, was it Lord of the Flies? Like stuff like Lord of the Flies.
No.
They're not like horror movies, but Lord of the Flies and like The Maze Runner, where you're just with a bunch of people who aren't adults and you don't know what to do and how to act and kill each other.
I don't remember
I
that.
don't remember that one.
Is somebody using the cricket sound effect? Is that what that is? I'm not going crazy. Someone hears crickets, right?
Are you sure? Are you all right?
You guys are
I
fine.
hear it.
I hear it.
And now I hear it.
Yeah.
Now I do.
AJ says the same thing I said. Hell no scary movies. I don't watch those, or else I'll knock someone out accidentally if they try and scare me.
That's totally AJ.
Look, do y'all remember Medea? What was it, Halloween's thing, and she thought she was gonna go up to the Reaper, and I know this ain't nothing. She said so. She put her hand in his face, and it won't.
And what
Well,
happened?
nothing there. She said, oh, and she ran, kind of like walked away. It was so funny. I mean, because she thought, I guess it was a ghost. I don't know.
I think you're the only one that saw that movie.
I don't
That's
remember
creepy.
that. Kind of reminds me of like Slender Man, though.
Oh,
Slenderman was creepy.
Slender Man was just like, and he just came out of nowhere too. He just like something was going to happen, and they're going to round a corner, something, and then pow, he's going to be right there.
I was in band, and the girl next to me, she played tuba also, but she would play the Slenderman game all the time during band class, and it was so creepy. Like the way that the whole fog, the way you look at him, and then he just grabs you, it's creepy.
what if you just said
Wizard of Oz
talking about Wizard of Oz? There's a scene where
hangs
one of the
himself.
Munchkins hangs himself in the background. The Munchkins were eerier than they appear, and them flying monkeys in the Wiz
I
were
know.
not scary. But darn it, now I lost my train of
So
thought.
actually, funny thing with Wizard of Oz, the original, right? They actually, for the snow, they used asbestos.
Really?
Yep. Because they didn't know how bad it was supposed to be. And so they used that to simulate snow. Kind of fun fact for you guys. But I was just like, oh, that's not good.
My favorite character was, I'll get you mine, little pretty. I like that.
You know what else is scary? So something that, because we talk about the difference in something that can be scary for real versus something fake, right?
Mhm.
Those movies where you're always not in the middle of nowhere like the towns, but I forgot the name of the movie, but there's a woman and I think she's deaf, and she's a writer. And she's like in this cabin house in the woods.
Hush. I like that.
Hush. Yeah, but that kind of stuff it's like that's why I don't want to be out in the cabin in the middle of the woods for myself.
That's scary stuff there. It's scary to be.
Don't watch Cabin in the Woods then.
Have y'all saw Hush though? Have you
I
seen
did. I loved that movie.
Of course you did.
Sounds scary.
Of course, the skeleton loves it.
Yeah, of course you love that movie. Watching Hush. What about so like Bryce said she's more into the psychological ones instead of like jumping horror ones. One's like A Quiet Place. Those are the
Yeah.
ones.
Creepy.
That was a scary movie. A good one.
Good one, yeah. They did a great job on those.
Oh, I just hate when they just worry about the gore of it instead of the scary part.
Yeah.
Like,
It wasn't that gory, I don't think, but it was very well done. I liked it quite a bit. I didn't find it as like scary or anything, but it was just I was like, okay, something's gonna happen now. We know you're gonna call it, something's gonna happen, but then you're like, which is good.
Nightmare on Elm Street too. Same scene.
Yeah, the psychological ones, because you can't physically run away from it or do anything. It's out
Silence of the
control.
Lambs.
Yeah,
Silence of the Lambs.
Bryce said they got all this candy for the kids in their neighborhood. No one's come yet.
One kid just came to the door just a minute ago. In between that.
Scary times.
I was just about to say, I thought trick-or-treating really built up my confidence because it was scary to go up to the door, like a lot each house, and so you just build confidence and exposure to people when you do that. And I feel like kids nowadays don't get that as much. They're used to their phones and they're more afraid to go outside than normal.
See, it was always fun during mischief night when you go out with a bunch of friends and like you'd go TP friend's house, neighbor's house, whoever. I'd always draw the line where it's like, okay, we're not doing any vandalism, none of that stuff, and that was
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. He didn't do nothing.
nah, just TP, man, just TP. That's it.
I
Speak
never
for yourself.
understood.
I was telling somebody in the last show how when we would go up to a knock on the door, they would throw hot water on you. You know.
Jeez.
The power of Christ compels you.
Remember all the stories that used to adults and the urban legends that would be made up to keep you extra safe? Like everyone, no matter, this is the thing about pre-internet. Everybody thinks stuff travels fast because of the internet. You would hear the same urban legend if you lived in Miami that eventually someone that lives in Portland, Oregon would hear. Like everybody was told the story of the kid that found the razor blades in the apple, you know, or the candy, the poison candy, like all these different stories. Like you just hear them. What is one that you heard that people tried to deter you from doing Halloween? My neighbor was really religious, and she told us if we celebrate Halloween, we're going to hell.
I had one of those as well in like elementary school because we were wondering why our friends weren't going trick-or-treating with us, and their mom was like, because it worships the devil.
God. People don't research anything. What about you, Matthew?
Probably the razor blades in the candy.
Yep.
My parents would always like, all right, dump it out. We're gonna search it. We're gonna check it, and it's just like,
Yeah.
and he was like, it's just a story. It's just an urban legend, just to scare
Is there a
people.
razor blade in this one? No, let me try another one.
That's what we get the sugar rush.
There.
You're gonna be the tester for everybody, huh?
Yeah.
I've never heard of any like candy until just now, or candy or poison apple or razor blades or anything like that. But I have heard of just like be careful of like suspicious people. So back in college, there's like the big like clown scare. Like you weren't supposed to be like a clown at all for Halloween because there was like actual murderous clowns.
The
And
evil
so they
clown.
blend in.
I didn't know so many people also had clown phobia or whatever it's called, where they're like just they have a phobia of clowns. Clowns can be very, very damn creepy though.
Especially
Is this you telling us that you've got a clown phobia?
No, I'm just saying it's creepy. There's also things that if you change the atmosphere, like I remember when Vine was popular, this guy that did a video where he's walking down the street in daytime and kids are giggling, and then he turns the video to nighttime, and it's the same giggle, but now it sounds creepy, just because it's nighttime. You know?
Well, people are also dressing up in clowns not on Halloween, and then just stand out in like the highway roads, back end roads, and just like when a random car would pull up, they just stand there in the middle of the road and just like start wave and then start walking towards them, and people are like,
That's how you get shot several times.
Sure is.
oh, I've run the guy over. Absolutely no shame. He was like, you're in my way? You trying to scare me? You're getting
Yeah,
bulldozed.
because with your luck, it'll be the one time you're like, oh, it's some guy screwing around and it's actually a murderer.
Wow.
You think he's got a fake knife and you're like, oh, that's real.
Oh my gosh, it looks so realistic.
I don't know why you took pleasure in that, but I know why and then I don't know why at the same time.
It's a mystery. But while we're on the topic of candy, why did my friend just text me saying that he just replaced an entire case of Ferrero Rocher with cooked Brussels sprouts?
Oh yeah, I hated those people too. That would give you like actual health. It's like a Cliff Bar. Like, what the damn Cliff Bar. It's kind of my fault. I was trick or treating at 40, so.
Yeah, you asked for that.
Like, here you go. You're going to need this to keep up with the young kids.
You don't need these candies. You need these vegetables.
Well, none of the kids would come around me anyway. I was dressed as a priest.
Look, I found the image. Up
Oh
here,
my
between
goodness.
the Sprouts and the Ferrero Rocher wrappers.
That's
Hey, it's a
horrible.
It's trick or treat.
That's true.
Yeah.
True.
What were some of the best tricks that you guys have seen?
Hmm.
What, if any? What's the oldest that you guys trick or treated? I trick or treated one year when I was like 14. I might have even done it once when I was 16. I don't know.
Since
Bryce,
you brought it up,
it's
story
your
now.
mic, Bryce, from your house, okay?
Mm,
All right.
I'm muted. It's actually Lisette, I believe.
No.
It's
Yeah,
not me.
It's not? Okay.
Oh, here we go. Let's find out Halloween night. Let's find out who the echo is.
Can we talk about the fact that
Weedy, are you muted? Weedy, are you muted?
Lisette is muted right
No,
now.
Lisette's
Was
muted.
that muted?
I didn't
Oh, it's Lisette.
It wasn't me.
it is you.
Yeah, it's you.
I certainly don't want to call out there.
Unplug it and plug it back in. That might fix it.
What might be happening too?
Equivalent of turning it on and back off and again.
Yeah, and it's Bryce's fault because we were trying to ignore it, but she's the one that brought it back up. Thanks, Bryce. Thanks for throwing Lisette under the bus on Halloween Eve or whatever the hell it is.
She's already been through enough pain, right?
Y'all
Good
see
one,
it?
Bryce.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Like I
Did
was
they
saying,
hit you so hard it messed up your audio?
That's terrible.
since Weenie opened the topic, I'll talk about this trick. This woman said that she was going to be giving out the best treats that we'd ever seen, like the day before, like letting everybody know. So come to my house. Everybody got these treats and everything because she like made baked goods. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is so nice of you. Nothing but oatmeal raisin cookies, all these different
Ew.
Oh
I
no.
never wanted to fight a woman more than what I did that night.
That's gross.
Complex carbs.
Well, I'm from Miami. So I saw a lot of tricks give treats. Next person.
There ain't nothing nice about no oatmeal raisin cookies, even though I like them.
Oatmeal raisin cookies that look like chocolate chip cookies are the reason I have trust issues.
Oh.
You're not wrong though. Especially if you're trying to get something and like, ooh, chocolate chip cookie. You take a bite and then it's just like oatmeal raisin.
Wait, you did what last year, Bryce? What did you guys do last year?
What did we do last year, Bryce?
I don't know.
Weenie,
y'all-
is there something you would like to tell us?
I'm asking her. I'm tilting my head towards the hallway right
What
now.
what did we do? It does
What,
something.
what did we do, Bryce? Parker's looking over. He's like, "What you looking at? She's not even there." I don't know if she can hear me right now.
Oh, trick or treated. Ain't nothing wrong.
Oh, never mind.
Hey, I know you didn't give out oatmeal raisin cookies and
That's
place
right.
the chocolate chip cookies, Bryce.
No, I didn't.
23 is the oldest I've trick or treated.
What did you guys go as?
What did we go as, Bryce?
Oh my God, we
I don't even remember.
don't know anything.
He's already married at this
Oh
point.
yeah, Spider-Man and Mary Jane, and then we have our two cats, Peter and Parker. We brought with us.
Please
Peter,
tell me
Parker,
that.
Spider-Man, Mary Jane.
Please tell me you were Peter Pan. I mean, you were Spider-Man.
I was Spider-Man.
Okay, you were
I
Spider-Man.
was Spider-Man, yeah.
You were Spider-Man.
I think he was killing his Mary Jane though.
You said what? Okay, Jay is too into his character. He says stuff and he just sits there with his
Oh,
mouth
no.
closed.
I was talking to Weenie. I said, you had me worried there for a second. I was saying I was hoping you weren't giving out oatmeal raisin cookies in place of chocolate chip cookies now.
Wow, that really upsets you at your tone, sir. Don't forget, I'm a demon slayer, so don't come this way, Jay. Don't come this.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh. You bring you and all 103 pounds of it.
Next.
Look, he's already there. You can't get killed twice.
Well, everybody that's out there, hoping y'all have the greatest of Halloweens. Thank you for joining us knuckleheads who are out here dressing up. It's never too old to have. You're never too old to have fun.
Never.
Always repurpose costumes.
Same
Maybe
Hey,
not that many extreme times though.
And if you're gonna dress up, be something other than what you are in real life. So, like Jay's not really that far off from his regular behavior. He is.
I mean, Keone's also not that far off as to how he's still fighting his demons to this day.
We all have our own demons. Beat them.
Matthew looks like a Viking.
I could very well be at this point.
Are you part Slavic?
No, actually,
I am.
he looks like a duke. Like he's the Duke of Edinburgh or something.
That's fitting for Matthew then. He's part
You can
Slavic.
just call me Your Royal Highness. That's fine.
No, because Matthew, you do have this look where you could look like royalty, but you also have a look where you look really douchey. So either you're a nice guy, royal, or just a total douchebag.
At this point, you can take a guess.
I'm going to guess yes.
All right, everybody. In the spirit of Halloween, and before we all start choking each other and going insane from the echo, we enjoy Weenie for doing a full episode with us today. Happy Halloween, everybody. Somebody has a damn ticket machine on. I know.
It's not me. I tried to. It's not me. It's not me, Mom. It's not me. It's
Weenie,
not
you can't wait till the show's over to get undressed?
Well, I've got my spooky season shirt on, so it's all good. It's all still festive.
You want to come on my show and plug your merchandise?
Monster.
yeah.
Monster.
Halloweeny! Halloweeny!
Exactly. On Keone Productions, it is no longer Happy Halloween. It is Happy Halloweeny.
Happy Halloweeny, exactly.
Jackson
Well,
wins
this
the
one is pretty
costume
fresh for
contest.
him.
Woo!
Jackson wins the
All
costume
he
contest.
did was take his makeup off. That's how he looks for real.
He took the makeup